How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse, and today we are going to be taking a first look at the new Nike Pegasus Turbo Next Nature. That's right, the Pegasus Turbo is back. It was initially released back in 2018 as that versatile, slightly more responsive version of the standard Pegasus. Then it got the upper upgrade in 2019, and then the shoe disappeared. A lot of the fans of the series asked, where did the Pegasus Turbo go? We need that ZoomX cushioning in a Pegasus package. Then in 2022, Nike listened to the people and they brought back the Pegasus Turbo in the Next Nature form. I've got about 50 miles in this shoe, and let me just say, it is a shoe I've been quickly adopting into my daily training lineup. It's soft, it's fast, it really is a fun shoe that reminds me of some of those early Pegasus Turbos, but lifted to the next level. So a lot to talk about with this shoe, and I think we'll start off with the midsole. But before we dive into the latest version, I think we need to take a step back and look at that original Pegasus Turbo. It was the first Nike daily trainer to feature ZoomX cushioning. It had a layer of ZoomX on the top, followed by a layer of React cushioning below it. It really was what started off that ZoomX in the daily training world. Now with the Pegasus Turbo, we've got even more ZoomX cushioning. We've pretty much got full-length ZoomX from the forefoot to the heel. If you take a little bit closer at the actual material, it does look slightly different than your standard ZoomX. That is because 55% of the ZoomX is a recycled material, but not to worry, it still feels very soft, very responsive. You get that magic ZoomX experience underfoot. Now, below that ZoomX, we've got about 2 millimeters of an SR2 carrier that's going to go from the forefoot to the heel. Very thin layer, and that's really just to provide a little bit of extra protection to that ZoomX, really enhance durability to go those long miles in your daily training. It is also worth noting, as a daily trainer, this shoe is not going to feature a carbon plate, as opposed to some of the other ZoomX offerings like the Vaporfly or the Alphafly that have that embedded carbon plate for torsional rigidity. This shoe is going to have just ZoomX foam, so you're really going to get that extra flexibility and that versatility to use for a wide variety of training needs. Moving on down to the outsole, we do have a modified design, still have rubber in the heel and forefoot for that durability and traction, but the material is going to be a recycled rubber, really to further enhance that sustainability story. We've also got that carrier foam poking out in that midfoot to further reduce weight. Finishing this shoe off and continuing that sustainability story, we've got the recycled Flyknit upper. Now, the ZoomX might be the magic with the shoe, but my favorite part is gonna be the upper. It's sleek, I love the colors. Of course, we've got that little bit of a throwback to the 70s with that Nike pinwheel sunburst logo. And of course, we've got the Flywire design to give a little bit of that snug midfoot wrap. From a fit perspective, I will say it is slightly more of a performance fit. It's fairly snug through the midfoot, opens up slightly in the toe box, but not a crazy roomy toe box. Definitely a performance fit. One thing to note though about the sizing is I did choose to go up a half size. I was a little bit between sizes and found just going up that half size provided a little bit more accommodating room in the toe box and was more preferential for me, but I think you may have to try on both to find out what is going to be the best size for you. So there you have it. That was the Nike Pegasus Turbo Next Nature from top to bottom, but the real question is, what is this shoe going to be best suited for? And I think the answer is a wide variety of training needs. If we go back to some of those earlier versions of the Peg Turbo, it always was a lightweight and versatile shoe, and now the Next Nature continues on that legacy. I found myself mainly using it for those daily training miles, but because of that ZoomX cushioning, the shoe just feels a lot more fun than your standard Pegasus. I love the Pegasus, but the ZoomX provides that extra pop to when you want to pick up the pace, maybe in a long run, maybe some of those steady efforts. It works really well. The added softness makes it great for some of those recovery days. It just feels a little bit more cushioned underfoot. And finally, using this shoe for tempo or workout day. There's obviously some faster options from Nike, maybe like a Shriekfly or Vaporfly that could be used, but I still think the Pegasus Turbo is fully adequate to pick up the pace. I got down under 5-minute pace, no problem in the shoe. It's smooth, it's fast, it has everything you need, and I think it's gonna continue to be one of my top trainers in 2022. If you're looking to get the Nike Pegasus Turbo Next Nature on your feet, you can find it now. It's available here at Running Warehouse.